Welcome back to Impact Math with Miss Taylor. Alrighty, we have an add, simplify, if possible, mixed numbers. So they have given us the common denominator for our mixed number. So we have 32, and what we're asking ourselves, 32 times what gives us 32? Well, 1 times 32 gives us 32. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So 3 times 1 gets us 3. And we're going to carry over our whole number of 5. Okay. Now, 8 times what gets us 32? Well, 8 times 4 gets us 32. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So 3 times 4 gets us 12. And then we can carry over the whole number. So we're going to add, now we can add these fractions because they have the same denominator. So the denominator stays the same. 12 plus 3 gives us 15. And 9 plus 5 gives us 14. So our answer is 14 and 15 over 32 as our mixed number. All right, let's go to the next. We're going to add and simplify if possible. So we have 8 and 1/2 plus 6 and 9/14. Now they gave us our common denominator as 14. So what we're asking ourselves is 2 times what number, which is 7, equals 14. But what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So 1 times 7 is 7. And we can carry over our whole number of 8. Then we already have a 14 here. So 14 times what number gives us 14? Well, 1. And what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. 9 times 1 is 9. And we're going to carry over the 6. And now we can add that we have, because we have the same common denominator. So our denominator stays the same as 14. And then 9 plus 7 is going to give us 16. And 8 plus 6 is going to give us 14. But you see here, we have the numerator bigger than the denominator. And when this happens, what we have to do is we need to change this fraction, this improper fraction, to a mixed number. So we do that by dividing 14 into 16. So how many 14s can fit into 16? Well, 1. And 1 times 14 gives us 14, and then we can subtract. 16 minus 14 is 2. And so we have 2 over what we divided by is 14. Now, we take this mixed number and we add it to our whole number of 14. So we get 14 plus 1 gives us 15 and 2 14ths. But hold up, right? Because we have to simplify if possible. This 2 14ths can still be simplified. We can divide out by 2 on this fraction. And so we would end up with 15. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And half of 14 is 7. So our reduced mixed number is 15 and 1/7. Alrighty, let's go to the next. So we're going to add and simplify if possible. So we're doing 7 and 24 over 30 plus 62 and 1/9. They told us that our common denominator is going to be 90. So we're going to ask ourselves, 30 times what will give us 90? Well, 30 times 3 gets us 90. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So 24 times 3, let's go over here and do our little side work. 24 times 3, 3 times 4 is 12, carry the 1. And 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 72. So we have 72 over 90. We're going to carry over our whole number of 7. And then 9 times what gives us 90? Well, 9 times 10 does. And what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. 1 times 10 is 10. And then we can carry over our whole number of 62. And then now we can add because we have the same denominator. So we have 90 as our denominator. Remember, whenever you add fractions, you have the common denominator, they stay the same. And the thing that changes is your numerator. So 72 plus 10 is 82. And then 62 plus 7 is 69. Now, you're saying like, whew, I did all that work. I'm done. Be careful because the directions say simplify if possible. And since we have an even over even, that means we can simplify, at least divide out by 2. So if we do that, drop down your 69. Half of 82 is 41 over half of 90 is 45. And this is our simplified mixed number. Alrighty. Number 4. Add and simplify if possible. So our common denominator is 60. And so we have 7 twelfths. So what we're asking ourselves is 12 times what number gets us 60? Well, 12 times 5 gets us 60. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So 7 times 5 is going to give us 35. And we can carry over the whole number, 14. Here we have 20. And we're asking ourselves 20 times what gives us 60? Well, 20 times 3 will give us 60. And so what we do to the bottom, we're going to do to the top. And 3 times 3 is 9. And we're going to carry over the whole number, 28. And we're going to add. So our denominator stays the same as 60. 35 plus 9 is going to give us 44. And then 14 plus 28. So 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. And then 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, but we have to simplify if possible, right? So we have an even over an even. So we could start by dividing top and bottom by 2. So half of 44 is 22. And then half of 60 is 30. Again, we have even over even, so we can divide by 2 again. And by us dividing by 2, 22 divided by 2 is 11 over half of 30 is 15. And we're going to drop down our whole number of 42. And so our reduced fraction is mixed number 42 and 11/15. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. And I hope this lesson is blessing you and you're fully understanding. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share with whoever's struggling with mixed numbers, and let's pause the video here, try the next one on your own, and let's see if you get it. So number 5 says add, simplify if possible. So we have 13 and 15/17, okay? They told us our common denominator is 34. So we're going to ask ourselves 17 times what gives us 34? Well, 17 doubled times 2 gets us 34. So what we do to the bottom, we also do to the top. 15 times 2 is 30. And we can carry over our mixed number of 13, our whole number. And then 2 times what is going to give us 34? Well, 2, see, we said 17 times 2 gives us 34. So 2 times 17 is going to give us 34. And then so we have 1 times 17 is 17. And carry over our 5. We're adding. So now that we have the same common denominator, that stays the same. And we can add our numerator. So 30 plus 17 gets us 47. And then 13 plus 5 gets us 18. Okay, but we have a problem, right? Because our numerator is bigger than our denominator. And when you have that, you go over and you divide your fraction to change it to a mixed number. So 34 can go into 47 one time. And 1 times 34 is 34. And then we subtract. So 7 minus 4 is 3. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So we have a remainder of 13 over what we divided by is 34. Well, we take this mixed number here and we add it to our whole number. So we do 18 plus 1 and 13 over 34. Well, 18 plus 1 gives us 19 and 13 over 34. And that is our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful answer. Alrighty, I hope this lesson has helped. I most definitely will catch you on the next one. Have a blessed day. Bye.